Welcome to Rather Be Rotting, where two sisters who should really be doing something more productive dissect all things reality, TV, and pop culture chaos because no matter what's going on in life, we would always rather be rotting. Our inaugural episode.
Yay, congratulations to us.
Yay us. The podcast nobody needed nor asked for, nor is listening to.
I think we got to start with the big question.
Which is?
What sets us apart?
Literally nothing.
Oh my God, no, so many things.
Okay, what sets us apart?
Our takes are more insightful, more unexpected, more, I don't know, intelligent.
I mean, we are incredibly intelligent.
Our takes are the right takes.
Basically, yes. If you're coming for an opinion, ours is the right one.
Yeah, that's what sets us apart.
I should say I'm Lil. Welcome, everyone, our two listeners.
I'm Madeline, and I think we should just get right into it. I've got some breaking news for us. Sonia Morgan rushed to the hospital in an ambulance last night.
For what?
Video from TMZ showed her looking upset, like talking to somebody sounding upset. I did some more research. She's okay. She says she was helping an elderly patron at the restaurant and she sustained injuries that way. I have no further details, very vague, but short story long, Sonia's a hero.
Well, she always was in so many ways.
It was just out of an abundance of caution. She just got checked out.
Oh my God.
She's back to promoting her appearances and posting beach pictures so we can all breathe a sigh of relief tonight.
And yelling about how she was approached about being on Love Hotel but had a boyfriend at the time, so she couldn't participate.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah. Oh no, she's not shy about saying that. She wants you to know she would have done it.
I mean, I don't think there was ever a question about that.
No. Poor Sonia, prayers up. Hopefully she's okay.
Prayers up to the elderly patron as well.
Oh yeah.
If he had Sonia on his side, he could do it.
How do you know it was a man?
Oh, that's just what I envisioned.
Oh, I totally envisioned a woman.
Oh, weird.
Oh, well.
To them. Prayers up to them.
To them, to they, them.
Well, we don't know if it's a they, them either. We really just
We're covering our bases. That's what's important. But I don't want to start with Love Hotel. We want to start with the Valley.
Yeah, I think we should just save the best for first.
Yeah, I'm actually having a hard time watching the Valley this season, honestly, because I think the Jack stuff is like really dark.
It is pretty dark, but I can't look away.
No, I certainly am not going to look away. Part of me wonders if Bravo should have not, I almost feel like Bravo should have just said to everyone, we're not mentioning Jax one time. We're not even going to talk about him, because if he knew that he wasn't even going to get mentioned, perhaps he wouldn't be rage texting her in this fashion.
But Bravo would be bluffing because they don't have a show without Jax.
I disagree. I'm interested in everything else. I don't think I need him. And I certainly don't need this behavior.
I'm not interested in everything else, but he's at least a quarter of the equation.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, but I just think if he wasn't there, you wouldn't. It's like when Jen Shah left Salt Lake. We all thought, what are we going to do? But then it was fine. It was better, than it was before.
Your take is the noble take, but it's the wrong take, which is against what we promised at the top.
Well, I don't know. I do feel, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm worried about Brittany's well-being as a human.
Brittany's fine. I mean, I feel bad. I do feel bad for her. What she's going through is horrific, but she's a strong girl and she's getting her sparkle back.
Her sparkle.
She is. I know she can do it. She's going to be so much better off from here on out.
Well, it's not, I just think he's I think he's a little dangerous. Legitimately.
Well, if he does something dangerous that we know of.
He did.
That's true. He did. He did.
I think Bravo needs to take a better stance. I don't know. That's just how I feel. That's how I feel.
Okay, that's your opinion.
I have another hot take about the Valley.
What?
Jesse in a hat. I was into it.
Jesse shirtless.
I was into it.
In his panties.
Like he's definitely an asshole, but I was like, I could see it.
He's hella hot.
I can see it. But in the talking head though, not so much. I wonder if it's just his haircut.
Well, also the moment where he had his racing outfit like hanging unbuttoned and hanging down his waist. I
Yeah.
mean, like nothing was gonna make me not team Jesse. Like there was nothing he could say in that moment. I was blinded by
Wow.
beauty.
Wow. I didn't realize you feel quite this strongly.
Just in that moment, but then we get a jump scare, almost as bad as Shekinah's wig, which we will get to, but the jump scare of his headband. And then when you have the juxtaposition of him shirtless and the headband, I didn't know what to think. I was like disgusted, and I also, it was too much.
There's been a lot of headbands lately. Like I know that you don't watch this, but perhaps our two listeners do. Survivor and The Amazing Race, they've been doing a lot of headband challenges, and I'm
Well,
not sure why.
Survivor, it's all about the buff.
No, no,
The buff is
no.
a headband.
It's
People
not.
wear the
No,
gold
it's
as a headband all the time since the
yes.
beginning of time.
Correct, but it's different than that. It's not the buff. It's like we're in the phase of next week is the finale of Survivor, and I definitely have thoughts on that. But it's like when they're doing the individual immunity challenges, they're color coordinated by like station, and so they get a unique headband with the corresponding color that looks very like Karate Kid, and I'm just distracted by the amount of headbands in my life. So when one appeared upon Jesse's head, I was like, why are we seeing yet another headband? That's not the comeback I needed.
That was truly shocking. Okay, so I want to go back to the beginning of the episode. Never have I ever fallen asleep with food on or near my bed, which is kind of surprising.
I feel like we've seen this on TV shows before, though. Like when he said it, something about it felt very homey and familiar to me. Like we've been in this place before.
Like Ariana and her chicken pad thai
Oh
skewers
my
that almost killed
God.
her dog.
I don't understand how people function in that capacity. And I am not the cleanest person, but like I just don't understand it. I don't, there's something else that we watched years ago, and hopefully it'll come to me at some point, but it was same thing. Like they just people just eat in bed, I guess, especially when they're drinking. I don't know. I've been drunk a number of times and I've never eaten in my
That's the
bed like that.
thing. I have been drunk has to be as many times as these people and passing out in my bed, but never with food. Honestly, that would have been helpful if I had sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, so maybe what was he even eating? It was like
It was onion
onion
dip.
dip and chips.
Yes.
And I thought, damn, that looks so good right now.
No, no, he had to put a towel on the bed because when he rolled over, he didn't want to roll into it.
Into the dip, which is honestly, like I get it. I get the process of A to B. I just to C, I just wouldn't be me doing that, I guess.
Okay, let's talk about the wine tasting. Beautiful. I made a mental note to go there.
Stood in.
I got to get myself some of that Happy Canyon Sauvignon Blanc. That's what they're known for.
Yeah.
So,
Honestly, I'm surprised we haven't been there already.
me too. Okay, so my biggest question is how did Danny get there so fast? Because she's calling him on the bus and she's like, "Can you stop at home first before you come?" That's like not a close drive from LA. And then all
No.
of a sudden he was there. Did you catch?
Yeah, I did, and I thought the same thing. I was like, he must have had the earliest call time of anybody.
But he hadn't even left LA when they were sitting on the bus. Did maybe they went to more wineries that we missed?
They must have, because I've driven from LA to Santa Barbara numerous times in the middle of the
Two a
day,
month.
in the middle of the day too, just to avoid the traffic. And it still takes me a good hour 45.
Yeah, so that's, one of life's great mysteries.
This could be like this could be a bit of producing being shown. Like perhaps he was already en route, but it didn't fit the story.
Maybe. I don't know. Do you have any other thoughts about the wine tasting? I thought Danny was not funny with his gargling and whatever
You
the
know, I
hell else
actually
he.
don't find Danny funny ever.
Me
Um,
neither. Only when he's drunk and like, being, trashy. That's what I like.
the drunk stuff is interesting. What Jasmine was saying when he was inappropriate with her and her girlfriend Melissa, I was surprised because he seems like a nice guy. They're obviously very religious, and it's like surprising behavior that he would cross boundaries like that when he's intoxicated. It's just a little bit like, you know, drunk
But when you're
actions or sober thoughts.
but when you're blackout drunk, I don't think those are any thoughts.
I don't know.
Not that I'm defending him at all, but I mean, I was surprised as well.
It's just I wonder how that's going to progress, if more will come from that, or if they're going to like at some point in the season try to say he has a drinking problem or something. Like, are they teeing us up for that? I feel like they might be.
I think they will. Do you think that like that the girls had a valid argument like when they were all jumping on Nia about not admitting that he was drunk? I thought that was kind of dumb.
Irrelevant. Yeah, I'm like, why are we
It was reaching. She's like, I
what?
never said he wasn't drunk.
Yeah, unclear as to why that was even being discussed. Also, you're on winery tours, like everybody's drunk.
Yeah. And I mean, the going and drinking the secret tequila,
Who
again, no.
amongst? Who amongst?
I will say that the crimes that were committed were that he missed this dinner, which looked bomb with that corn bisque, scallop bisque situation.
Yeah, and
2 ways, crispy skin.
everybody loves a secret shot. Everybody loves corn bisque.
And also Nia's other real crime was saying that we don't have hall passes because we live in LA. And we're
Okay.
friends with celebrities. You're not friends with Leonardo DiCaprio. What kind of friends does your voiceover acting husband have, really?
Sheena Shea. Tom
Verbatim.
Tom Senzabaugh.
Those aren't I mean, I guess maybe to them they're celebrities, but
Listen, when I've seen them out in the wild, I've done a double take.
who amongst?
I love to see a celeb in the wild. I'll never forget when we should tell our listeners that we got to attend the Daily Mail party at Schwartz and Sandy's,
We
and
did.
Schwartz looked into my eyeballs, and I've never been the same. He spoke words to me, and I didn't understand until he looked into my soul.
That was a great experience for you. I wasn't a Vanderpump watcher at the time, which is one of my biggest regrets.
Yeah, because James Kennedy was there.
James Kennedy was there, who I did used to love. I have new feelings now with the, domestic violence
We
accusation.
are, we should say we're Team Alley.
Or Team Alley 100%, but at the time, I loved James more than anything. So,
I'm still trying to get a reading, by the way, from Allie, of my birth chart. So if this ever finds its way to her, could you open your bookings up? Because I'll pay money for it.
I was gonna just ask how much?
I think
What's
it
the
would,
price?
honestly, I think it was listed at like 250 or something.
Okay, but to expedite yourself to the front of the line.
I'll pay her $500.
Wow.
I
What's it like
just,
to be rich?
it's pretty great, I gotta say.
All right, well,
So
Allie, if
that's,
you're listening, you can earn double from
um,
this
I
pitch.
don't have a whole lot of other feelings about the Valley, I
What about
think.
Michelle and Jesse? Anything else? I mean, he's terrorizing her for
No,
sure.
he's definitely terrorizing her. And I think he's really not taking any, because when she's in her talking head, she's like, "Oh, I'm just like he's torturing me and I'm so sad about it." But when he's in his talking head, he's like, "She's so cold." And it's like, "Do you want to take some accountability as to why she might be?" Like,
No, he doesn't.
you don't
He
think
won't.
about that maybe you've been at fault here a little bit? No.
But do we want our Bravo Labs to take accountability? It circles back to the Jax thing. Like, what? There's a line, between expecting more from them and like wanting them to toe that line.
I think at some point I need to see a little growth from him. Not yet, but at some point.
I don't want my
Just a
Bravo.
little bit, not a lot, just a little. It's like we take I want two steps forward and a step back at all times.
Okay, fine. I'll settle for that. And we just have to remember that Michelle will never be okay with someone threatening her.
Never, never not threatening.
We can't threaten her. All right. On that note,
Atlanta.
yeah, why not?
What's so interesting about this is that you should tell the people how, or I guess I will, that you never watched Atlanta. This is your first se of all the seasons to jump on board. This is your first time. So like your opinions are going to be a little skewed, I feel, because you don't have a lot of context.
But I've been in the Bravo world. I know the background. I
I know,
know
but
about Hot Dog King. I know about Cynthia's weddings and,
you never got to experience Nene in her prime, though.
I didn't. And someday I will.
Yeah, you
I
have to.
it's one of my life's missions.
I almost feel like you can't consider yourself a true Bravo Housewives fan if you didn't experience Nene in her prime.
I mean, okay, I won't call myself that then.
It's like if you never understood Bethany's role in Roni.
Oh yeah. Okay, well, that's fair.
But anyway, without any context of prior history, what are your thoughts on the season thus far?
Well, I like it. I really do. Shamia is everything to me.
Shamia was a great addition. I'm
What
not
have
quite
they been
sure.
doing? Like, what was the world like without her? I feel like I'm glad I'm starting now because I don't want a world where she's just a friend of.
It's crazy because when she was a friendo, I feel like she didn't make a huge impact. Like she was around, but it wasn't like this is a new Shamia.
Every outfit, every facial expression, every word.
Oh my God. She is so amazing that I don't even miss Kenya at all. Like I don't need Kenya. I know we're bringing in Phaedra and I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to
when?
that.
Where is Phaedra? Where is
Where's Phaedra?
Phaedra? Where are you?
I'm not sure where Phaedra is, but I'll welcome her because I love her dearly. And her pointing out of lesbian eyebrows, but I don't need her at this moment. Like I think we're chugging along just fine.
I think we are too, thanks to Shamia. And you know who else I think is the top, the MVP?
Is it Angela?
Yeah.
Angela is really, she's really trying to leave a mark in a
She's getting
way.
in there. She's doing great. You don't think that? You think
No, I
it's,
think she is doing
I think
great.
she's trying and succeeding. I didn't see it coming because she's so soft-spoken.
I know. I'm shocked. And I will say, like, this method sometimes really does work and sometimes it really doesn't. Like, we've all seen the people who've tried to get in too much and really failed, like, esophagus gate. Who was
Oh,
her name? Anne Marie from Beverly Hills.
don't remind me.
Tried and failed. But Angela, is doing amazing. And I love her and Shamia and the jabs about Latoya's nose. And it's chef's kiss. It's chef's kiss. But I'm like a little bit lost because I'm not really sure whose side she's on. Like, who does she have
I
at this
cannot
point?
keep track. And that's something I was going to say too, is that like allegiances are switching so fast on this
Hmm.
franchise. Like Portia and Angela are like playing tennis. And I'm like, wait, weren't they just like yelling at each other last week? This is like Beverly Hills is like they spent all season on one fight and it's exhausting. And this is exhausting in a different way because I feel like I'm just like ping-ponging back and forth trying to keep up.
Yeah, I think Angela's still cool with Drew. And I think Drew is cool with everybody except Portia. Um, and Portia is cool with everyone except Drew.
Is it that simple?
That's my understanding of where we are right now, but I think these are going to change because they're planting seeds of breaking down the Shamia Portia friendship, which I actually hope doesn't actually happen because they're like real friends from a really long time ago, and I would hate for this show and Shamia having a first season as a full-time peach holder to actually end a friendship with her and Portia. That would bum me out.
I mean, we've seen the show end marriages.
I know.
So
Whose marriage has survived.
exactly. So a friendship is nothing, the show will just steamroll it. But I mean, and I saw, didn't Portia show up like 2 hours late to her birthday? I mean,
Yeah,
that's not what you do for your bestie. So maybe I'm on Team Shamia for this one.
me too, probably. But Portia's so gorgeous, though. I just want to look at her.
She's stunning, but I want more from her. And again, no context. I feel like she's Meredith Marks. She's disengaging all the time. She's always above everything, which again is like growth. So you must be happy, but I'm not.
Well, I think that and again, the context, like she's going through a lot. I actually do think this divorce for her is horrific. And I
Well,
feel,
Drew and Kelly are both going through horrific divorces also.
okay,
They
Drew.
are they are in the muck. They are happy to get in there.
So, yes, Kelly's is horrific. Drew's is not. Like, her and Ralph together is a joke. Like, all from the second that they came upon our screen. Everybody knew that was not going to stand a test of time. Nobody was being duped. They were a nightmare from like day one. And Ralph being in the basement like a troll is just the gift that keeps on giving.
Our confessional shot is right in front of the basement door. You notice that?
I'm not sure why Shamia and Portia had to go to dinner with Ralph. I thought that was weird.
I liked it.
I don't know. It was,
It was light. It was fun. Ralph's kind of cute, no?
he's terrible.
I didn't say he wasn't. I just said he's like good looking.
I can't think of him that way because I have the
You know too
context. I
much.
know too much.
Well, Jesse's terrible too, and you're able to see past it.
I've had more seasons of Ralph than I have with Jesse.
I guess so.
Not many, but a few more. So yeah, he's got to go. He's got to leave the basement. They can't continue that arrangement for much longer. But
Well, I think
it's such an interesting thing because like Ralph and Drew and then Jesse and Michelle are so similar where when they're in the same vicinity, they both just can't not jab at each other. Like the dynamics I feel are very similar.
interesting. Well, then in that case, we need to keep Ralph to keep, keeping that spark, keeping that fire.
I guess, but like if we want Drew to ever have a restful night's sleep again.
You don't
She's
think you don't
she's
think she's having a restful night's sleep? She's going to sleep thinking about how she's paying for Pilar's college. Like
also
she's
I love how much that got twisted because like we saw her say this this initiative with me and Dennis could pay for Pilar's college. Not like I will pay for Pilar's
it
college.
doesn't matter because that's still an outlandish statement.
No, it's still a joke.
Drew is not she's not going to be the next Lady Gaga. Like, come on, or whatever, whoever she wants to be. I think
Well,
Shami's the better singer.
Shamiya is a way better singer. And but as they were both laying down tracks in the studio, it occurred to me not one housewife has had like a legitimately successful music career because of Housewives. Like Candy had one pre-Housewives, but nobody else has really like I don't think you can be taken seriously in the music industry if you're a real housewife. It's not the stepping stone they hope it is.
You really can't. But I mean, yeah, I think you just have like Luann. She doesn't expect to be on the charts, you know? Like you just have to know what it's gonna be. And hopefully Drew and Shamia have a realistic.
I don't
Well,
think
Drew
they
obviously doesn't.
Drew does not.
But actually, you know what? That's good. We don't want her to.
I don't think Shamia does either. I think they're both living in Delulu land.
How does Shamia have so much money? I don't understand what
HVAC.
I
It's
don't
that HVAC
understand.
money.
I don't understand.
We've done things all wrong. I foolishly married a guy in IT sales. I should have been looking at the HVAC community college class.
I'm gonna make a bunch of appointments to get my HVAC looked at.
Yeah, and hope
Like every
for
day a new appointment.
just a decent looking one to walk in.
Yeah, and then I can level up.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know, but good for her.
Yeah. Anyway, any other thoughts about Atlanta?
Um, I appreciate Shamia sharing her fertility journey. It's really nice to see that. I think she's again like she's just such a good addition because she's being so open with like everything and really not also being afraid to get in the mess. And you know what I also love is when a housewife is in their confessional saying, "Yeah, I just want to be messy." Like,
Yes.
bless, please, thank you. Yes,
And
I'm
you know who else is not afraid to be open and not afraid to be messy? Angela. That's why
exactly.
they're the top two. Angela was saying, like, yes, we had our marriage problems. Like, I will tell you everything.
Yeah, I love it. So
Yeah.
yeah, Atlanta's firing on all cylinders. Anybody who's not watching it because the last few seasons were a bit of a letdown, like I get it, but we're really back. We're really back. So I'm excited about it.
The confessional looks, love them all. I mean, it's just titties, man. Like, and they look like they hurt. They're like so just big and like billowing. It's just all balloons. It's just two balloons in every single top of everyone.
I can't speak to fake titties because mine are unfortunately real, but like it's got to be painful.
they just look like they hurt all the time and they're all oiled up like in every outfit. I mean, it's just like they're just shiny and just so rotund and so dense. It's just they're just up and squeezed into these tops
No, but they
and
look
they're
amazing.
towing like they're right on the knit. Like at times I do think I see nip because
Oh,
the cut is always right there.
yeah, no, like if I could never, because full areola would be showing at any given second. Like, there's no way.
Especially if they get animated, I'm like, the tape is doing a lot of
A
work
lot of
here.
work. A lot of work. But I also think that when you get your boobs done, you can kind of like construct the areola nipple size you want. So perhaps they just went like really tiny. I don't know.
She made like a great like snake skin type like billowing cape. And again, the balloons were just like resting atop a shelf.
Yeah, I
I
love
just
it. Atlanta's always given us something to look at, if nothing else,
yeah,
which I
definitely.
appreciate.
What's not giving us anything to look at?
Love Hotel.
Correct. You know it's bad when the number one guy is Ralph. I mean, I love an older man. Just ask me about the Golden Bachelorette. But I can't even be wooed by Ralph.
I thought that the one guy, Ian, that had glasses that they got rid of so quickly on this last episode was kind of cute. I was like, Ian,
I could see that for you.
maybe Ian. I was shocked they let him go. I was like,
He was,
Giselle,
is he the
Giselle.
one who was like, this is the most surreal
Yeah,
experience of my life?
yeah. I don't
I
know
was
why.
disappointed they let the guy who had a ticket on the space shuttle go, the Austin Powers guy. Why didn't Giselle give her key to him?
I don't know. I'm not really sure.
She could have just thrown him a bone and just kept him around for another week because he's fun.
I know.
And then he's like, maybe I shouldn't have worn this shirt. I felt so bad for
I feel
him.
bad for him too. Poor guy.
Also,
He's,
why did those guys get to, like, the other guys got to stay for like so long before they had to do a key ceremony?
I
These guys,
wonder, I don't know. I also don't know if they're going to bring in, I'm assuming they're going to bring in another crop of people.
the unstructured schedule is like not good for my OCD. Like, I need to know like every episode or every other episode, like what, like traders. Every day it starts with, a murder. Every night it ends with a banishment. Like
Yeah.
that, I feel comfortable. I feel safe. Like, I don't feel safe with this.
No, I actually don't either. And maybe you're right because I've been wondering why this show I'm not connecting. And that's probably why, is because it's all over the freaking place. And it's all about Shannon's DUI. Like I spent a whole season of Orange County talking about that. And now I'm spending all of Love Hotel talking about it. I get it, it was like a big deal, but like, can we? Shannon's got a whole ass life outside
No,
of
but
that
she can't
DUI.
keep this a secret. And this was like the biggest, most life-changing moment.
It's not a
She's
secret.
meeting
She
someone she
mentioned
loves.
it. She
Well,
mentioned
no,
it,
I
and
mean
then
like
again, and then again, and then again.
something she has to tell to the guys.
And then again when she was pissed that Earl the Pearl didn't come looking for her at 11:59 on the dot.
Yeah, why didn't he? Earl the Pearl really disappointed me this episode. Why was he so sensitive?
Listen, I never related to a human being more than when he said, I don't eat vegetables.
I know, and I thought of you. I really did.
And I was like, dude, same. And I felt bad for the way the women were just like, it's embarrassing. I'm like, God, I hope my husband doesn't think that about me when we go out to places and I'm like picking around my vegetables.
Well, this is like a double standard, but I think it's like cute when it's a girl.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying that.
But honestly, it didn't bother me with Ralph. I mean, Earl. Not that I thought he was attractive, but this didn't make me think any less of him. But I don't think her look was like meant to be that bad. She was just giving him like a look because he doesn't eat
Well,
vegetables.
they were talking about it later in the episode. It came back around because Ashley was like, eat some broccoli, put some cheese on it, some rice dressing, and it tastes better.
That was
First of
funny.
all, it doesn't. She's
It
wrong.
does. It does actually.
Second of all, Shannon's crying, going, it's embarrassing. And that's like as Giselle moved into her confessional saying, like, we've only known each other for 2 seconds. It's not worth tears.
I
Correct.
thought she said it was embarrassing that he like left and that he was like mad at her.
Oh, I thought it was because he didn't eat vegetables.
No, because she was, no, it was more to it because he's like, why do you have to criticize everything I do? And she's like, what are you talking about? Are you being serious right now?
I think ultimately they're just not a fit because like Giselle said,
No, I do agree.
it's been 2 seconds. Like this is
I do agree.
outrageous.
And was it Giselle? Someone was being very selfless in giving their spare man, Luann. She like liked two guys, remember? And she's like, I'm gonna give this one to Shannon.
I have another hot take here.
It better not be about Luann. Please don't let it be about Luann.
It's about Luann.
No! What? How could you do
Luann,
this to me? Question mark?
Luann's pissing me off.
What?
She's
Literally, I did write notes. My note, my first note, I'm just so glad, dang glad Luann is back on our screens where she belongs.
she does
What?
belong. Listen, she does belong on our screens. I'm not saying she doesn't, but like the fedoras need to end.
It's her
The
signature style.
the darlings. I know this
It's her
was separate because it
signature
was on Watch What Happens Live, but telling the Pope to rest in peace, darling, like it's too
was
much.
iconic.
It's too.
Iconic.
I think we've crossed a line. I think she's overdoing it. Don't overdo it. I think she's overdone it.
But she said that line with such sincerity about the Pope. It wasn't that she really wanted that darling to rest in peace. Like, I believed that.
I don't know. I just think, and I also feel like none of these men are enough for her. Like Luann, as we know, has been called Lou Man, and she's a towering presence. And like she needs a man who's also a towering presence. I don't feel that any of these men are enough. They're not like worldly enough. They're not obviously tall or big enough. Like I don't think any of them are rich enough. She needs another count.
Yeah. Well, maybe he'll be coming next week.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But like she's kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. I hate to say it.
She's stunning. Her outfits, her like that black dress she wore that when she was like storming off.
Hmm.
What a dress to storm off in. And then remember like she was like crying and she storms off, but then she goes back to grab her drink.
Yeah, well, you have to go back for your drink,
I know,
obviously.
right?
The storm off was weird. Like I I didn't feel
I liked it.
I
It
didn't
was
feel
smart.
sincere about it. And that poor guy was like, WTF just
I know.
happened.
I know, but he wasn't scared away.
Yeah. I thought it was really sweet when Ashley had mentioned that she was interested in Ralph and he was like, what is happening with me? Like
That
he
was
seemed
so
genuinely shocked
sweet.
and cute that, but I feel bad because like if you're looking at Giselle and Ashley and you get to pick, most men are going to pick Ashley.
Because she's younger, but
Yes.
they're equally beautiful.
No, Giselle's stunning, but like most men go with the younger woman. That's just
Sad truth.
the ways of the world. So I feel bad. I hope that that doesn't actually happen.
I did like though that it was like just like a little like messy, just like throws a little bomb on everything. Like I'm interested now, I mean that'll keep me till next episode.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're gonna keep watching, but it's just I'm on the fence about this show. I gotta say, I'm not like totally sold yet.
I was gonna say I like it more than I thought I would. Maybe because my expectations were literally on the ground. I didn't want to watch it.
No, I didn't either.
So
But
I'm
here
pleasantly
we are.
surprised. Wait, so okay, if there's a season two, who would you cast if you could pick four ladies? And let's leave Sonia out of the equation because we already talked about her.
Oh, great question. Um, I'd love to see Adriana from Miami. That would be great. Heather Gay, let's get her going on there.
Why wasn't she on this season?
I don't know. And then, oh my gosh, this is Kelly Ben Simone.
Interesting.
I think she's still single. And I don't know. I'd like to see somebody maybe from Dallas, like bring back an OG perhaps, or maybe a Dorinda.
Dorinda's on my
Who
list.
would you cast?
Definitely Heather Gay, as we've established. Erica Jane.
Okay, okay,
And then Kelly from Atlanta.
okay.
I know she's new, but
Yeah,
I I like her. She's little, and I could just see her like flirting with all the guys. And
yeah,
I don't know her that well, but no, I can see it. And then
yeah,
of course, Dorinda is my like number one pick. I think that she's like an unconventional pick. I don't think they would ever pick her because she's so unstable, but man, would it make good TV.
yeah. Those are good picks. I like it.
And you know what? Speaking of Kelly Bensimon, I like had a flash thought the other day, like, did Real Housewives of New York Legacy happen? And was Kelly Bensimon on it? Like that happened.
Was she on the one that we'll never see?
No, I think that there was a Real Housewives Legacy that,
There was. She was on one
but it
with
was so nothing. Like it was such a nothing burger that I forgot it even happened. It was like so anticipated, and Kelly Bensimon came and went.
yeah, it was that Roni one. She was still weird though.
without a splash.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll ever see any of those ever again.
TBD. Well, if you have your way, then she'll be on Love Hotel.
Yeah, I think it should be great.
All right.
Let's pivot. Let's pivot to some TLC. All we have right now is OG 90 Day.
We do. We do. Are
I
you gonna
have,
watch the new that other Hunt for Love show? I can't do it.
yeah, I'll try to take that on.
Okay, I can't take that on. That's gonna be a you thing.
We'll see. We'll see how long I last, but yeah, I'll take that on. So I think because it's also important for people to know that you don't watch every single iteration. So this is your first introduction to Sarper and Shekinah.
Yes, definitely.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. I gotta say I loved this episode.
Yeah, I did too. And I love I don't want to say love, but like Sarper's really growing on me as a
Oh my God.
character.
Me too. Should we just start with them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The contacts are wild. I'll never understand. Maybe it's because I have blue eyes, so I don't get it. But like,
Maybe it's because I have blue eyes.
sorry, I don't mean it that way. They just never look legit. They don't look real. They look frightening.
What's more frightening, Shekinah's wig or her contacts?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
The wig looked better when she did the butterfly clips, though.
They did. That did help, but like, God, it's all bad.
And they took so long to explain why she was wearing it. It felt like an eternity that I was sitting there wondering, like, what is going on?
Do you know what's so crazy though? Is when she came upon my screen in a wig, I truly did not give it a second thought. I felt like that's on brand and moved along.
Oh,
Probably because of the contacts. I'm
maybe.
like,
I mean, you're right. Really, like hindsight, you're right. But I was still alarmed.
it didn't startle me at all. I was like, this tracks and this feels right. Her outfits also are wild a lot of the time.
I like some of them. I
They're
liked
just,
that denim top.
she's just kind of nutty. I'm not really sure what's going on there.
I think you've got to be nutty to date Sarper, who, yeah, I mean, I love him. I think he's so funny. I think he really has what it takes to be a comedian.
Okay, so you didn't feel that he bombed at that?
No, I 100% think he bombed.
Yeah.
But every big comedian has bombed so many times. Like, if you just ask him more times than they can count. This was his first time. He had the stage presence. Like, his jokes were not funny, but we've seen bigger names be less funny.
No, you're right. We have seen bigger names be less funny. We won't
We
name
won't
names
name
here,
names.
but let's just say we've seen some big comedians IRL and they did not get a single chuckle out of me. And Sarper did. So,
Well, not on stage, but
and
like,
not on purpose.
no, but maybe on purpose.
Eh.
Okay, I made a list of his funniest lines of the episode. Are you
Oh,
ready?
great. Yeah.
Okay, when she said, "Do you know why I'm wearing this wig today?" And he said, "For handyman." I thought that was good.
Handyman
And then him,
with butt crack.
handyman fork is what it's called, which I'm gonna start using. Is a synonym for plumber's crack. I never knew that I needed one.
Love it.
Um, when he said that their makeup sex was just animal instinct,
Oh my
like
God.
a tiger, and she just stared at him so straight-faced.
Yeah.
I was like, how do you not laugh at that? I
I
was
don't know.
laughing to myself.
I don't know.
Yeah, those were my favorite moments of his. Mostly the for handyman.
For a handyman.
Did you think that handyman was hot? I didn't.
He wasn't like ugly.
And he was like talking about how in my country handymen are like chubby and sweaty.
I think he's referring to handymen he sees on mo in movies.
I don't know. But he's like, this is what he knows them to be. Um,
Oh,
so you're gonna be jealous, but I realized something. If I'm more on top of it, which I'm gonna look right now.
you could just go see Sarper whenever.
Yes.
At the gym or at a comedy show.
At a comedy show. At the gym. You think I'm going to the gym?
I'm so
Okay.
jealous.
I'm officially following him, so I will be abreast of all of his stand-up. Nothing, it doesn't look like anything
He
is.
doesn't have any gigs coming up.
No, but he does have that boot laugh. That laugh.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I feel like I could get on board with that.
Okay,
I
well when
might
I come
I'll do
visit,
it.
when I
We'll do it
come, yeah,
together.
I'm gonna come. We have to find wherever he is and go when I come in September to see him.
I'm like 99% sure it said somewhere very close to me, so I think we're
Well, yeah,
good.
because I think they live in North Hollywood.
So yeah, it seems like he's pretty close to me. It seems like I might be able to make this a reality.
Maybe you'll see him walking down the street post-fight one day.
Well, you know what I thought was really sweet is that when after they were fighting, he's like, we should be touching. Like, even when we're fighting, we should be touching. I
I
kind
did
of
think that was sweet
like that.
too. Yeah.
So wise. He's so wise.
Well, I wouldn't, let's not get carried away.
Oh, I think he's really wise.
I think he's just a sensitive dude deep down. I think he really does love her. I think they actually are a good fit.
I
A
think
fl
they're a good fit too. The way they look at each other sometimes,
they're a flawed fit, but a fit nonetheless.
but they still might be a love story for our time.
Yeah. Oh, I think they are for sure. You know who is not a love story for our time?
The throuple.
Yeah, this fake ass thruple that I
Okay, did I
need.
miss like a big part of the episode? Did they ever say why she goes by Brenda?
No.
What did we even watch then?
I think the assumption is that like Ani is her stage name, her stripper name. But
Okay,
why this is like so why this
I don't care
bothers me?
then. Like
Why
this is
this
gonna be a build up to nothing.
Well, yeah, first of all, it's because they're not they should be on before the 90 days. It's so annoying that they're
But
not.
they do this all the time. There are no rules.
Okay, well,
The Wild Wild West.
I need Matt Sharp to follow some of the rules he puts in place, honestly. Because like
Look at Angela and Michael. I mean, come on.
I know. Where do you think Michael is these days? I hope he's okay.
I think that he's somewhere where people are protecting him. Like I think he found a place where
I
he
hope
can.
so. Poor
I
guy.
think like enough people like would take him in. Like I would take him in.
Oh, in a heartbeat. Does he need shelter? He can come to Jersey and I will
No,
he'll
I
be a
think
refugee at my house.
he's got a lot of support.
Good. Prayers out to Michael. No, I think what also really bothers me about the throuple is that like they're not even trying to make it look real because Brenda Ani walks in and walks past Ray and just doesn't even say like, what the heck is this dude doing here?
Yeah.
It's like she isn't surprised at all. No reaction.
No. And
I don't
they should have cast a guy who was a better actor for this whole thing. That guy, I'm sorry, like we're all God's creatures, but respectfully, he's rocks for brains.
I
Like,
thought I thought you were gonna say something about his appearance.
oh, was there something to say about his appearance? He
No,
seems
I just thought that's where you were going.
a normal enough guy, but like just like not smart, not a good actor, like nothing.
So normal that Amani was stunned at the normalness of his appearance. She couldn't believe it.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Well, when she saw him, she just kept saying how shocked she was that this was him. Like, this is the guy, like
Oh, we were talking about Rob.
Rob. No, Ray.
Right. I'm talking about the main guy.
Oh,
I
Matt.
forget his name, Matt.
You could
Matt?
said Rob. His name's Matt. We're like several seasons in, several episodes in.
I don't always catch the name. The main
Clearly,
guy,
Matt.
the only man in the throuple is the rocks for brains, respectfully.
Yeah, he is an idiot. And his name is Matt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Matt's not smart. But back to Rob
Ray.
slash Ray.
Ray.
I do think he must have a brain. His appearance was a little shocking.
But it's like
I mean, like I
she's
can see how they would be shocked because they've been building up this guy.
she's clearly scamming people. Like this is part of her thing, I feel. Like
But
he
why would
was
you go on TV if you're actually scamming people?
why would you date that Ray guy if you weren't?
Why are they putting whose kids are they putting on TV?
I'm really confused by all of it.
Like that's the biggest question of all is like if you're faking this whole storyline, that's one thing, but to get your kids involved in
Oh, some people don't care. Some people
that's
truly
sick.
don't give a fuck. Yeah.
That's twisted.
I mean, that's a lot of people on reality TV. A
I
lot of
mean,
people on TLC specifically.
look at Angela and all her grandkids.
Literally. I'm afraid of those kids.
I'm afraid for those kids.
Both.
All right, I don't have anything else on the throuple there.
No, I'm sick of them. Get them
I
off.
think we should save the best for last. So that means we should do Juan and Jessica next.
I loved watching Juan go to Mount Rushmore in that poncho and just look like
Sad as hell.
I've never seen an individual. There is one time I've seen somebody look sadder, and you won't understand this reference because, again, you don't watch all the iterations. But there was a time when Nicole was in Egypt with Mahmoud, who might still be wandering the streets of LA. We don't know. And she had to wear the full burkini, like head to toe swimsuit outfit. And
Yes.
her just face was like, sad in the bikini, and
Why was she sad? Because she didn't want to be there?
she didn't want to wear it. She wanted to just wear like a bathing suit. It was a classic tale of an American woman going to a Muslim country with a man
Mhm.
who's Muslim and being like, "But you can't make me be the things you want me to be." Like,
In your country.
yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you? Nobody knows what they're signing up for some reason.
Yeah.
But if you Google it, there's like memes of the way she looked in that outfit, and it is incredibly similar to the way Juan looked in that poncho at Mount Rushmore.
My God. Yeah, that should be a meme.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
I
It
just
just,
oh, I see.
yeah, yeah. It's same vibe.
Same vibe. Oh my God. I felt so bad for him because literally his life here is just shit. Like everything is just wrong. Like he can't wear the shirt he wants to wear at the wedding. Like he doesn't get to like go to the open bar. Like every time he gets even a 1% excited, it's just like nothing. And this was like the culmination. Like this was like, oh, it
Mm,
was,
It's not great, and I just think this is the a classic case of you should have wrapped it up. You shouldn't have got her pregnant
I know.
because you can't leave. He can't
And his
leave.
life is
And your
miserable.
life is miserable. None of this is what he wants. I don't blame him. Like the life she's living is not for everybody, and it's certainly not for Juan. But
And there's
like,
no way they can like I was thinking about this, like how can they fix it? Like can she move to somewhere like a little more thrilling? But they can't because her
cause
other baby daddy's there.
cause of them kids.
One tiny mistake ruined his life. Ruined.
Yeah. So it's kind of sad to watch, but I think ultimately, like, he knows he can't go back to the cruise life. Like, he can't do that. That can't happen.
But he's gonna be like Napoleon Dynamite's uncle, like the good old day. Like he's already doing that. Like this reminds me of the good old days on the cruise ship.
Oh,
Like in 30 years when his like kid is having a bachelor party, he's gonna be like, this reminds me of the good old days on the ship.
100%. 100%.
All chewed up with nowhere to go.
They
That's
showed up.
they all showed up and for
And
nothing, kind of like we did at Disneyland when the Tiana ride broke down. We were all showed up with nowhere to go.
showed up with nothing to see. Still haven't been on that ride.
Still haven't.
Hopefully one day we can show up again and get on the log.
And
And
hopefully
hopefully,
one,
yeah, hopefully one will go show up again and see some presidential heads. I don't know.
yeah, so we can pass his citizen test.
I don't have a lot to say about them. I think Megan is creepy as hell, and I
I know
think
I
her,
would not, and they had to spend the night in the same house. I was like, she's gonna murder him.
well, luckily her husband was there, who I think also is aware that his wife is batshit.
Yeah, but he was blackout drunk. He's not gonna save one.
That man was a good time. What was his name? Her husband?
Herbie.
Herbie. I like Herbie. I could hang out
Ew,
with
I
Herbie.
don't know
Yeah.
why he married that evil witch.
Oh, unclear, but
Did you
I
notice, like, when they were getting ready to go to Mount Rushmore, she's like, let's go, we're on a tight schedule while he was like crying, seeing his like cousin for the first time in 20 years. It was like giving Sutton, like, let's move it along. Like, I know you're emotional, but
it also kind of felt like something I would do.
it actually is. Well, take it as a lesson.
We have a schedule to stick to. I don't want to get behind.
Production can fix it. And what is this like? Okay, I guess those the guys could make the burlesque show, but the girls, we didn't even really see what they did at all.
No, and that's fine, but
Yeah.
pretty standard bachelor party in the middle of nowhere. Um, Another bachelor party that is occurring is Maddie and Stevie
Oh, I forgot about
in New
that.
Orleans.
Madelyn.
So you think she's bi and just doesn't want to say
I
it.
just don't know why she's getting so defensive if she's not. And it's fine if she is, but like,
I actually don't think she is. I think she's just kind of weird. She seems private, like, which isn't a bad thing. She seems almost like
titties.
I think she's too normal to be on this show, is a conclusion that I've come to. Because she doesn't
Mm.
want to show her kids, which obviously any sane
Yeah.
person wouldn't.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to discuss her sexuality on TV in front of the world, which any sane person
Yeah.
wouldn't. I think she's just too normal for this. Like, it's
And I think he
bothering
is
me.
too, honestly.
I
I
do
think
too.
it's hard to get them to have conflict in general.
I agree. I think so too. I think this is the only thing. They're grasping at straws, and I thought that this friend who came out of nowhere gave us more in 5 seconds than they have all season.
If a friend did that to you and called you selfish that you literally knew for 2 seconds, like what would you do? Like she handled it so well. I would have just panicked and started crying.
I would have too. She did handle it very well.
I'm shocked.
Because she seems a little bit more mature than perhaps I would be.
I just can't think on the fly like that. I would be so, because yeah, because she's connecting at the same time that this means that Maddie told him everything.
Hmm.
And like she has to process that and give a response to defend herself like to this guy who doesn't know her from Adam. Like that was wild to me. And I felt kind of bad for Maddie too, because like who hasn't been there like talking shit to your friends and then like you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's nuts, that friend, but I appreciated it. Like he was doing some housewife level work there.
I had one more thought about the wedding dress. I liked the flower print.
You love a flower print.
And I wondered, every bride, they surprise their husband usually, and the husband says, like, oh, you look so beautiful. But like, probably every groom has a thought like that about, like, what would your groom say if they saw the dress beforehand? Like, can I challenge you to ask your husband, like, now that the dust is settled, you've been married for like multiple years, like, you love your dress, I love your dress, everyone loved your dress, but did he really love it? Like, did he have anything?
I know, no, he loved it. I know he would have loved it from the beginning, and I'll tell you why. Because he's a simple man, and there was some cleavage showing, and that is truly all he wanted
You
in
don't think he
life.
would have said it was like too princessy?
No, because I think, because I also know that the only other thing he doesn't like is ruffles and ruffly sleeves, particularly ruffly sleeves.
Interesting.
And so, because there were no ruffles and no ruffly sleeves and some cleavage, he was like, that's great.
Yeah. And you didn't have like a print or like really anything that could be
It was
commented.
very classic,
Have
I felt.
ladies. Yeah, yeah.
Nothing crazy. I think for her, for Stevie, it just didn't fit.
No, she was wearing like clothes under it.
Yeah, like we
But
need
that
to
wasn't
see
his
that.
issue.
I think he needs to see it again when it's correct. She would not look old.
I think he just doesn't need to see it at all.
Well, yeah, obviously, but
He's
that's
gonna like it. He's gonna get what he gets and he's not gonna get upset.
what's done is done.
Yeah. All right, shall we move on to the ultimate love story for our time?
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think you're talking about Mark and Mina.
You just looked confused.
I'm just running down the list of couples in my head to make sure we didn't miss anybody.
I feel like the I'm
We
bad. The
did
LA
miss
couple.
somebody.
Ooh,
Bread Boy?
Bread Boy wasn't on this episode.
Oh, I know, but in general,
I mean, I did miss seeing them.
I did miss seeing them too. I keep thinking about Lucille. She haunts my
Lucille.
nightmares, I gotta say.
She's the throuple in that
She
relationship.
is there. That's the other throuple on the show.
Well, Joan's not afraid to stand up to her. I kind of like that, the way they butt heads.
I do too. I'm looking forward to seeing them next week.
Yeah,
Mark and Mina. So I've never been more on Mina's side. The more episodes that pass, the more I am like Team Mina.
me too. Hundo P.
And I love,
Making him that little 59 on the pancake thing.
and
Oh,
those pancakes looked good.
did they?
I thought so. Maybe it's because I'm eating a low carb diet these days and I just wanted a
Oh.
pancake.
Even if it was like more like a crepe, I think.
Well, she's French, so of course she made more of a crepe.
Also, I was surprised that he was only 59. That was shocking.
Well, he's not that gray.
I guess, but I don't know. I just thought he was older.
I think it was really sweet how he was just absolutely, I will adopt Clayton. And I thought that was really nice, but I think Jordan is going to murder everyone in their sleep.
Like Megan. Jordan and Megan kind of look alike too.
And they act the
Yeah.
same. If right now it's just her and her brother and the daughter and now Clayton, so that's four ways to split his money. And then if they have another kid like they want to, that's five ways to split their money.
Money
That's what
goes
this is
back.
about. Well,
Yeah.
he's got enough because he's got a plane. Like that's what this is all about. She does not want to lose out on her inheritance.
I just like if she's thinking that way, she doesn't deserve it. Like, do you think about getting an inheritance from mom and dad? I don't think about that at all. Like, if they leave us with nothing, like I will expect that.
Yeah, ain't gonna be no inheritance from those two.
And that's fine. Like I
Yeah.
want them to enjoy their life and spend it the way they want. Like their
No,
friends
yeah.
deserve it.
But she's not in the minority. Like there are a lot of people in the world that live planning for their inheritance. Like it's not an uncommon thing, especially if your parents are wealthy. You hope that that's coming to you sooner than later, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I was glad she wasn't in this episode because it just left room for just the most heartwarming moment.
From Mach. Mach.
I can never remember his name. Maybe that's why, because she doesn't say it right.
Mach. Mach. I love when she called Mach to say she was lost.
Oh
Trying
my
trying to get to the bitch and
Stitch and
stitch,
Bitch
stitch
crew.
and bitch crew.
Is it Bitch and Stitch or Stitch and Bit?
Either way, I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I'd like to be a part of it.
Oh yeah, Martini Pat getting so emotional for Mina was really sweet, I
I
thought.
I had a feeling that all of those women in the Stitch and Bitch circle have been screwed over by a man at one point or a prenup they were forced to
Why they need a
sign
bitch. That's why they need a bitch.
because the reaction was just so big that it's like, oh, you're crying from
Here they go.
experience.
Yeah.
These are tears of experience.
No, but Mark is a stand-up guy. He is gonna adopt Clayton. He was always planning on it.
Okay, he's a stand-up guy in this episode. Like, he's been a little bitch in several others.
Yeah, but you know I have the memory of a goldfish, and right now I feel nothing but warmth.
No, I felt warm and fuzzies from this episode also.
And it's just like so opposite of Gino and Jasmine because he was like crying because he felt so bad that like he's like I should have done something different to get him here. Where Gino was like, I don't want to pay for it. Like I'm
Yeah,
happen if it happens.
Gina was like, fuck them kids.
Remember when we
And
like thought that Jasmine was actually devastated about that? Like I feel like I was fooled.
I do too.
She doesn't give a fuck about Fiancé or the other one.
JC,
That is a good ass memory.
I know. Steel trap.
Wow, that's why you know you remember Mark's coldness.
Steel trap.
Can we go back to
Um,
Love Hotel for a minute? Because I just want to say I love my job. I love my life.
no, I love my friends.
Did you catch that?
Oh, of course I did. They said it multiple times.
I know.
It
It
was
made me
everything to
excited.
me.
It made me excited. All right, sorry. Do you have anything else about Mina and Mark?
No. Do you have any like general pop culture thoughts of the week?
Well, I was gonna ask you if you wanted to talk about Summer House, if you had any like general.
Oh, I just think this season's been a bit of a slog. I know that you don't watch it, but like for those of us who do, it's been I couldn't care about Jesse and Lexi. I don't know why they felt like we needed to be so invested in them and we spent a whole season on this fake ass relationship, but whatever.
She's like pretty hot though.
Who, Jesse?
Oh, Lexi.
Something about her face bothers me, and I'm not sure what it is.
Hmm.
Um, I'm excited next week is the finale and we'll get more information on Paige's. I mean, I listened to Giggly Squad, so I have her kind of take on the breakup, but like we'll see it on the show, her opinion and thoughts of the way the breakup went down. I'm definitely Team Paige. Craig's a little bitch.
Who isn't?
Um, yeah. So, and I still am of the mind that I think they should move Paige and Lindsay over to Roni. At least they have an established relationship. Like, let's try to get back to our roots here a little bit. That we know they're good TV. We know they live in New York. They're outgrowing Summer House. To me, it just like makes a lot of sense to do that. So I hope they do.
Yeah, I mean they gotta do something to save that franchise.
Yeah.
Like you do that or take it away forever. I will not miss it.
Separately in the world, I'm really living for what's going down with the Blake Lively lawsuit, subpoenaing Taylor Swift and threatening text messages. Release them for the love
Get
of
Taylor
God.
on the stand. Get her on the
Get her
stand.
on the stand. I would love
You want
nothing
that
more.
testimony. Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
living for it.
me too. And we have to say that if Justin is found liable, we do stand with Blake the victim.
Yes, yes, yes. But right now, I just don't think that's.
Well, we
It's
don't
just not
know.
my gut. It's not my
Hard-
gut feeling right now.
You weren't there. You weren't on set.
No, but
I read,
you.
I read through all the court documents. I
I was
did.
gonna say you've been reading through everything.
I have, and I do. It's just hard to form an opinion because they're both so against each other. But Justin's lawyer seems so bananas. Like the Taylor stuff, like it almost seems too preposterous to be true, which is basically what the judge said.
But why would you lie about it? That's a
I
crime.
know under oath. I don't know. So that's why I'm very conflicted. But like the judge didn't believe him.
No.
So I really don't know. I just like I'm just gonna like sitting back like as a passive viewer and just waiting to see where it goes.
Hoping for a swift stand moment.
Swift on the stand.
Swift on the stand.
Not lower third ready.
Anyway, that's all I got for this week.
That's all I got. I mean, I can't wait for you know what actually I realized is they already taped the Valley reunion?
Yeah, because we saw a seating chart.
That's too early. It's too early. The season has just begun.
Yeah, I don't know. It is
It's
early.
literally like 4 episodes in. What are they doing? Like
I'm
so
not
many things
sure.
are gonna have changed. They're gonna have to do a reunion to the reunion.
Well, there must be something they know because I think Michelle was like on the end, which was weird.
That is weird. Well, I do have a hot take that I didn't say is that I think we could do without Michelle. The only reason I like her is because she riles Jesse up.
I don't disagree.
Her delivery is very robotic.
Yeah, I don't disagree. We'll see if she can do something else this season, but I mean, yeah, she's kind of boring me.
I don't really have any other thoughts. 90 Day Diaries is pretty good if you want to start picking it up.
Yeah, I might.
Well, there's only the finale left, so maybe you watch the finale. You're gonna see Annie have her baby, Annie and David.
Oh, yeah, that did make me really happy. I love them.
And Colty has made amends with his mom after 2 years of not speaking to her.
Thank God.
She lives with her boyfriend in Canada and they're hoarders.
Oh God,
And
that
Colty,
tracks.
I noticed like growth in Colty. He seems more self-aware. You want to talk about growth? Like I see it in him.
Isn't Colty about to be on that love show?
Is he?
I think he's on it.
Well, you're gonna report back to me about that.
I will.
And my last thought is that the guys from like the last resort, like Rob and what's the other one who lives in
Rob and Josh.
Rush and that other guy who I don't know why we're giving him any screen time ever. They do like the Backstreet Boys dances and
Yeah.
stuff. They make me sick.
Oh no,
And
it's horrifying.
the fact that they get any screen time at all now, that is where TLC should take a stand.
Yeah, it's not great. Oh, Kimberly, the mom of the one dude, is gonna be on the love show also.
No, she's not.
I think she is.
I doubt it.
No,
That's
I
like
think she is.
the previews are them all looking hot and like in like skimpy clothes. Like she's not.
No, I think she is. I'll report back, but I think
Okay.
it's either her or it's Soulja Boy.
Okay. Oh, also, Ashley and Manuel, did you see she was in a bodybuilding competition?
No.
She won, or she made it to the next round. And Manuel doesn't like it because he doesn't think women should have muscles. He doesn't think it's hot. And she's very upset, very offended, which I get. But also, I feel like he's entitled to be attracted to who he's attracted to.
He is, which reminds me of another couple that we missed, which is Sean and Aaliyah.
They weren't on this episode.
I know, but we didn't touch on them. So when they are on next week, I
We'll touch
have
on.
similar feelings there.
Yeah, he can't help who he's attracted to.
Yeah. But the more important question is, did Manuel speak any English?
Not really.
Dang.
No. Still no. Oh, but he's working. He's like doing home renovation.
Well, good for him.
I know he wanted a job, remember? Like really
Yeah.
bad.
I
And
just
Ashley, like, she's working really hard. The bodybuilding is like a lot of work. She was like literally just like in the elevator eating a piece of like grilled chicken, like a chicken breast on a fork, like it was like a hot dog on a stick. That's gonna be your life.
Yeah, I was gonna say once again, I am now becoming familiar with these strict ways of eating, and it is not fun. So the fact that she's doing it for shits and gigs is crazy to me.
Oh, and remember Stephen and Olga, the girl who gave birth in that scary Russian hospital?
Yes.
They're splitting up.
Oh no.
They have 2 kids. They live in New York City. I know they got married like really young.
Yeah,
Did they
they
even
did.
get married? I don't even know if they must have gotten married.
They got married.
But yeah, like they live in an apartment in New York City with their kids, and she's like in marketing, but they just were arguing and
They were so young.
they were. So that's pretty sad to hear. And their kids are so cute. The first baby is like 6, which is really
Oh
weird.
God, that's upsetting. Colleen and Matt from Love is Blind season Cutie Pie Gate are also divorcing.
Is Matt the one that kind of looked like he was taking her hostage?
A little bit.
Oh, she was the ballerina.
Yep. Yep.
Well, she's finally free.
Yeah. Not surprised.
Cheers to Colleen.
Cheers.
Congratulations.
Cheers to Colleen and to all the divorces.
We'll see you on whatever the spinoff is that I don't watch.
Yeah.
What is it called on Netflix?
Perfect match.
She'll find it there. I know she will.
Anyway,
All right. We made it through our inaugural podcast.
we made it, everyone. Thanks for
Congrats
listening.
to us. Thanks for listening.
Congrats to us. We'll see you next week. We'll be back for more fun. And
I can't wait.
in the meantime, I hope everybody gets a rot day. Are you getting a rot day this weekend?
I am going to get half a rot day.
Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday evening will be my rot time. I'm going to watch
Oh.
Baby Girl.
Ooh, let us know how it is.
Are you going to have a rot day?
All of Sunday can be a rot day for me, I think. So,
Oh my God, we should watch Baby Girl at the same time, and then we can both have thoughts.
okay, I'll do it. Have a great life. Thanks for rotting with us. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for rotting with us.
Thanks for rotting with us.